Good afternoon. This is JC again, and I want to talk to you about Donald Trump and chaos. First, I want to recommend a book, Chaos Making a New Science by James Glick, and it's available on Amazon. And what it is, it's a popular science book, meaning it's not made for nerds. It is made for the average person to read and understand chaos theory. Okay? Which is introduced in the book. And what it does is it explores random patterns in nature and how they can be understood through complex nonlinear systems. In fact, the science of chaos uses nonlinear mathematics, but we'll not get into the mathematics of it. There's key aspects of the book. Number one is an introduction to chaos theory. Um, it's a field of study that is not very well taken and understood, but it studies the behavior of complex systems where small changes in the initial conditions lead to large and unpredictable outcomes. Does that sound familiar with you or to you with respect to Donald Trump, where small changes in initial conditions can lead to large, unpredictable outcomes? Seems to me that everything Donald Trump does, including executive orders and tariffs and other idiotic things that he does, are small things like deporting a single person to El Salvador, have huge, unpredictable, complex outcomes. So definitely Donald Trump is instigating chaos. And it traces the development of chaos theory if you're interested in that. If not, you can go beyond that. But everybody knows about Edward Lorenz and the butterfly effect. And the idea that if you go back in time, step on a butterfly, when you come back to the present will have been changed because the butterfly will not have lived and possibly been eaten by a predator. And if you've all seen pictures of fractals, those lovely, colorful pictures of various structures that are totally unpredictable. In fact, a snowflake is a fractal if you look at it under a microscope. Okay, and as it says here, he talks to a general audience, avoiding overly technical jargon, which is great. I've read the book, I love it. He focuses on key concepts, and he demonstrates how chaos is not purely random, but exhibits patterns and order. So there you go. Chaos is not chaos. Chaos is patterns and order. Think about that. We're going to have to read the book to find out more on that. Okay. I think that he brought chaos to the forefront, and now more people know and understand chaos. And here's a list of the awards and so on that he has gotten for the book. And as I said, either search on James Glick or Chaos Making a Science in Amazon, and you'll find it. You can get it as a Audible book, as a Kindle book, or as a soft cover, or as a hardback. I think maybe not as a hardback, but I definitely have. I bought the soft cover version. So this is Chaos, and I want to go further. I'm going to pause for a minute. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about chaos now, because is Donald Trump a chaotic person? Here is the definition of a chaotic person: deranged, disordered, every which way, harum-scarum, purposeless, rampageous, riotous, topsy-turvy, turbid, uncontrolled. And then I'll go down here. A chaotic person is characterized by a state of instability where they expend physical, mental, or emotional energy without any semblance of discipline or discernment. So, does that sound like Donald Trump? To me, it does. Donald Trump is definitely what is called a chaos person, CHAOS person. And they have a thing called a chaotic personality, but I think that chaotic person is a better description. I like the Merriam-Webster definition of a person who creates chaos: troublemaker. Okay? That's their definition. Person who creates chaos is a troublemaker. What type of person online on thrives on chaos? Well, if you see Donald Trump, you know chaos is usually coming from a narcissist. Is Donald Trump a narcissist? Yes. Does Donald Trump thrive in turmoil? Yes, because he creates turmoil. Okay? He loves chaos. And the chaotic environment that he creates is a routine environment for him. And without it, he feels disturbed and lost. And his addiction is fueled by his internal environment where chaos reigns supreme. So Donald Trump's mind may be mush, as one journalist called it, but it's also chaos. Donald Trump's mind is in chaos constantly. Is chaos a good or a bad thing? Well, look at our country right now. Look at the tariffs. Look at the executive orders. Look at all the things that Donald Trump and his toadies, his minions, have done to the country, and answer this question: is chaos a good or a bad thing? Well, to me, I got to say bad, but I'm going to read this. Uh, in the scientific realm, this unpredictable behavior is not necessarily desirable. In the political realm, in the political realm, this unpredictable behavior is also not desirable. So chaos is not desirable in the political realm. All right. And some people who have borderline personality disorder thrive on chaos. Well, Donald Trump may have borderline personality disorder. He may be a psychopath, but more than anything, he's a sociopath. The difference is that a sociopath has no empathy, no feeling, no concern, and in no way can relate to other people and their troubles. And here, what does chaos do to people? It can lead to stress and anxiety. It can also force individuals to adapt, make difficult choices, and discover new things about themselves. Ultimately, the impact of chaos on people depends on their individual capacity to cope and their perspective on the situation. In the political sense, it also depends on their station, their finances. The one percenters, chaos is not going to bother, but the lowest income people and the lower middle class in the United States, as far as income, chaos is going to tear all of them a new asshole. And what is chaos disorder? It's a state of utter confusion or disorder, a total lack of organization or order. Donald Trump has put what I call political chaos disorder on our government. He's ruling our nation and our government using chaos disorder. He is destroying our country by using chaos disorder. And one more thing, and then I'll stop. What is a psychopathic narcissist? Okay, the psychopathic narcissist creates and maintains his or her own version of reality. Donald Trump lives in a reality that is his and his alone, that doesn't really exist. And as in schizophrenics, they leave reality and go to a certain level of reality that they create in their mind. Well, Donald Trump does the same thing. Okay, this reality is seen and interpreted through the warpad and distorted lens of psychologic, self-centered, and self-deception. And it says we all participate in this to some degree, but Donald Trump is the epitome of a psychopathic narcissist, which is also a sociopath. This is JC, St. Louis's oldest living hippie, saying I hope you listen to all this, and fuck Donald Trump, and talk some more, Jack. Keep on